how does the general person discover new music? Because everyone that I talk to that's not like me or whatever, that's not, going to record stores or whatever, they don't know how to discover music. Even if with all these streaming platforms, you can listen to all these playlists till you're blue in the face, but like some people don't know how to find new music. So how do you think that they can? Like how do you discover new music? I guess that's a better question.
Well, first, you gotta factor in age, and we are in an older demo now, right? And so it's not made for us. Like we're not like the way you discover music, how Gen Z is, like how they're experiencing music, like it's not designed for you and me. So that's like something you have to take into account. So they say like people's music tastes and like their like what they'll go back to, what they'll listen to, if it's not like, mainstream given to them, like it's going to be what they listen to in like high school and college, right? And so now we're out of that phase and we're adults. Like I can see, like not to throw shade, but my sister I live with, she reaches back. When she's like making a playlist, when she's putting on music, she's not playing like some new stuff. She's playing stuff that like has existed in her life and she liked already. And I think a lot of people are like that. So like to their credit, go off. Like what you like, bop what you bop. I don't care. But I love to discover music, right? So when I realized like I'm old and it's not being fed to me, I had to go find it. So lots of word of mouth, right? Like we swap songs all the time. And I love Spotify. So I'm like a Spotify ride or die. So like no shade to Apple Music, but don't send me your playlist. Can't listen to them. But on Spotify, they have like so many curated lists. So I just like run down it. So I love New Music Friday, but it's kind of tailored to your taste, what you're going to see on there, I think. So I see like stuff I already like. But through that, I'll just go through like a bunch of them, like Rap Caviar or like, can I pull it out and tell you?
Of course.
Okay, cool. Because
No, you can't. It's cheating.
No, I don't want to. Don't pause for a second. Okay. So I like New Music Friday and Rap Caviar. Most Necessary is good. If you like, I was listening to Internet People, and I'm going to throw shade because I can. Like, it's all like white boy rap. And I'm like, why is this? What? Like, what? Like, it's Internet People. It's supposed to be like stuff popping off online, right?
Yeah.
Like, why is it all white boy rap? Like, who is listening to that?
There's a few white boys that I listen to that I love. A$AP Rock, I still listen to him. And R.A. the Rugged Man. Those two white boys get busy. And that's it. Okay. LP.
Yeah.
LP. Yeah.
But R&B, if you like R&B, it's like R and B, like the words. And it's such a good playlist. And it's great because I think R&B doesn't get the love that it deserves.
Nobody knows how to discover
streets.
Yep.
And that is like I said, my first album was Brandy. Like R&B has this like part of my soul. Like I love like if it was like a snowy cold day in your home, like cozy, and you're listening to R&B, like that's the vibe I want to live in.
I grew up with Kiss FM and WBLS, so that was like. And watching BET a lot. That's where you get to know a lot of the R&B music.
Usher Bird music video, fundamental to me.
Man.
Fundamental to who I am.
Huge. Yeah.
How I experience the world. I love it.
Like the way I discover music, every goddamn day, every day, I'm reading all the music blogs.
Right.
Pitchfork, Stereo Gum, Consequence of Sound, Brooklyn Vegan, Hip Hop DX, all over that shit. And I discover a whole lot of great stuff from there. And a lot of those sites help me get my guests for the show.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm always looking for that. But that's me. Like when I talk about Pitchfork to certain people, they look at me like I have 6 eyes. Some people know what I'm talking about. Some, what's
Weird.
Pitchfork? What is that? So I don't know how people discover new music.
Word.
I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I think, should there be... But even there's so many different things. There's so many different places for people to discover music. There's traditional FM radio, like love it or hate it. It's there. You can literally find out you can literally discover a new artist from listening to a particular station.
Sure.
Yeah. Like
sure.
For me, listening to like WFUV, like the non-commercial stations, that's how I found out about Charlie Bliss.
Right.
I had no idea who they were before listening.
Like the current, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Current is another one.
Yeah.
KEXP is another one. All the
Current
non-comp.
was for me in like college.
Yeah.
Like,
Radio K. Yeah.
I never listened to Radio K. I never have.
I love Radio K.
I would like go home though. Like I'd go to class and then listen to the Current in my car and then go inside and stream the Current. And then that was after interning at iHeart. Because like when I interned at iHeart, I did listen to iHeart, but not a lot. Because I like pop music, but when you work in it, it gets to be a lot, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So the Current was like a nice little like oasis. And then I started working for a different station and that was like local focused. And so I kind of like pushed, and the Current got a little like obscure for me, if that makes sense. Like a little too on a fringe that like that more indie stuff that I really never got full into. Like I like indie music, but it just got a little too far out for me.
Yeah. I mean, I think college radio was another big foray into music discovery for me because I grew up with coming into college and before getting into college radio, underground hip hop, some bands, some bigger bands, the Black Keys, Foo Fighters. Then I go into college radio and there's Screaming Females, there's A Place to Bury Strangers. I'm like, this is some dope shit.
Right.
That not everybody knows about, but are very important and interesting artists. And then here comes Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is all me right here. And that was my way of discovering new music because there's a lot of these, record pools and promotion companies that are trying to promote these artists. A lot of them no one knows about. A lot of them are signed to major labels, but they're not marketed like they would in other artists. Did you ever get into college radio? Did you ever experience?
Yeah. So like you said, Radio K, that existed.
Yeah.
It exists. I didn't really listen to it. My college had a radio station, but it wasn't anything. And like, no shade because they did what they could do. But I did it. I was like part of it only because like I wanted it on my resume. Like I knew what I was doing with it. But I just wanted to have a show, right? So I had a show. Like literally the only people that listened to it was me and my friend, Lauren, shout out. And the only people that listened to it were our moms. And so like we were like, hey mom.
My grandma listened to my college radio show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we just played. Ours was it was called Hi It's Me.
That's a great fucking name.
Thank you. It's like my catchphrase, but also like that was us. And we played chill vibes. We were like, that was our theme, whatever. It's like chill vibes. Like whatever we're feeling, but nothing too upbeat, nothing too dark and sad.
Like what artists?
Vibes. Oh my gosh, like everything. I don't know. It was so long ago.
Yeah.
So like I graduated in 2015 and we didn't really do our show a lot at the end. But so it's my second semester senior year, I was talked into being part of like the chair board or whatever you call it of the radio station. And that really like turned me off to the college radio station. It just I didn't want to do it, but I was like trying to, like help out my friends. But I was also interning. And so I was like, it's very hard to lift up something that's like maybe faltering when you're on your way out, right? Because like I was a second semester senior. So it wasn't that impressive to me. But it did help me like learn more about podcasts and stuff because like that's always been interesting to me. So, but yeah, it really wasn't. It was more of a burden to me at the end.
You know what? I will have to sort of concur with that because when I was in college radio, I did like an indie rock show. Mm-hmm. Here's why: because I feel like I was stepping out of my comfort zone. Because again, I grew up listening to a whole lot of hip hop and stuff like that. So I wanted to get out of that and learn about certain artists, and I would just play that kind of music because one, it was FCC friendly.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to spend hours editing this great obscure hip hop track that I would love to share with the world, but it's like every other word is not FCC friendly. What's the point? You know what I mean? I want people listening to like every word is like kind of has an effect where like it blocks out the curse or it's like it's reversed and you can't hear the full integrity of the song. So it was more a lot of indie rock stuff, which I enjoyed, which I still enjoy. But I feel like I was putting myself in a box And then it just wasn't fun anymore. You know, I noticed that some of the artists I was playing, a lot of them were very white, and I was like, I just don't want to do this. I want to do something else. So I think I was like, this is like kind of a drag after a while. You know, I'm proud of what I did, but I think I found my medium. Yeah. And I can talk to different people and have different types of conversations. You know, if I want to talk about Tinashe, I could do that. If I
Tinashe forever.
If I want to talk about pro wrestling with my brother, I can do that. You know,
right.
But I think that with discovering music, the general person is not going to get involved with their college radio station. They're not going to listen to a non-commercial station. They're not going to. They probably would subscribe to Sirius to find new shit because they do have new weird stuff, and I love that. But
are a lot of people subscribed to Sirius though?
Do I? I don't know. I mean, maybe for Howard.
Well, my parents used to love it.
Yeah.
You know how it used to come with like new cars and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And then, like, in the last 5 years, they've just been like, well, Spotify exists, so what's the point?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I think again,
cars are Bluetooth now.
Right. But I think a lot of people like us, or you know, some other people too, that are listening to their own music and whatever they're listening to. But as far as like finding out new stuff, do you think a lot of people want to always be in front of new music like it was 20, 30 years ago? Because because you turn on the TV and it's right there.
Yeah,
you know?
No, I don't think it's the same.
No,
I think also people are cool with like what's gonna be popular.
I see.
Like everyone's love for Lizzo, right?
Oh,
love Lizzo, and I'm so excited for her that she's having this moment and that she deserves it. But you know, people are listening to her because she's in the mainstream, right? And it's like, she's just a girl I met on the street in 2014. She's just, you know what I mean? She's just this amazing person that I just like stumbled upon at a show one day.
Yeah.
And have like rided for her. So like in 2014, would people be as hyped on her as I was? No, because they didn't know her. Right. But now that she's fed to them, they're cool with it. And I want that for her. But it's like, I'm just the type of person, and I think it's like a personality trait. Like you're just drawn to music. You're drawn to discovering it because it's something that gives you joy and energy.
Yeah.
Not everyone's like that. And that's okay. Like that's like about the pretentiousness too. Like I think a lot of people who are music people kind of have this thing of like, oh, you're basic because you only like what's fed to you, you know? But like, if you like it, that's okay, you know? But I like live to discover new music.